I don't really get like frantic. I don't know why. And I think it's weird sometimes because it's like, dude, have some emotion. But then it's like, no, I'd rather not.
You've been very open, not just with the documentary, but just in a lot of interviews you've given, talking about some of the things that you survived, being a survivor of sexual abuse and the way you grew up. What made you decide to be so open about some deeply personal things? What were you hoping to accomplish with that?
I mean, well, honestly, having to keep something a secret for so many years, it starts weighing on you. You feel like you holding this big secret and you just want to let it out. And that and my reason for not speaking about it at a young age was because I didn't want to be looked at as a victim. Right. I didn't want people to look at me like, oh, she got raped when she was 5 years old. Oh, we just feel so sad for her. I don't want nobody feeling sorry for me. So that's why I didn't speak about it. But after I had went to this college tour and I seen this one girl speak about how her mom had sold her for drugs and stuff, and to just hear her up to talking about it, I just was like, man, she is brave, because I always thought that from when I was younger, when I first told my mother what happened to me when I was 5, or my grandmother reiterated to my mother, at the time, from my understanding, was that my mother didn't believe me. Right? She wouldn't believe that her boyfriend at the time that he would do that. So throughout my whole entire childhood, even from the time 5 through 17, we never talked about it. And so I always felt like I don't even want to go around and tell people because what if they don't believe me because my own mama didn't, believe me from my understanding. But when we talked about it when I was 17, because I did start being vocal about it, and I started being vocal because I wanted girls to know that it wasn't their fault and that we're not victims. And you give your attacker power when you walk around and say, "Oh, I'm I'm this way because this guy raped me," or like I didn't make it in life, or I'm just so angry, or I'm just so whatever because of this person. You give them power over you. And so that's why I started speaking about it, because I was angry about that as a kid. And I really didn't like boys looking at me a certain way. I didn't like grown men in general. Like, you're over the age of 16. I don't even want you looking at me, talking to me. So growing up and having just that attitude towards men and that attitude toward myself as like, am I a victim? Because I don't want to talk about it, or am I a survivor? So when I understood to myself like, you're a survivor and you should tell your story because it can help somebody else tell their story, and it can, just having to hold that secret, man, it just started weighing so much on me. Like, it was like this dark secret I had to keep a secret, and I didn't want to tell nobody, and I was so ashamed of it. And when I realized, like, I have no reason to be ashamed, I didn't do it. It was done to me, and I'm a survivor. I'm a conqueror, and it must make that guy feel like shit who did that, because his goal was to break me. At the age of 5 years old, he tried to break me, tried to destroy me, and guess what? It didn't work.
That's quite a testimony. As you look at how inspirational your story has been, particularly for other women, and especially after you revealed, that. Do you think that in many ways has made you very equipped to handle kind of the fame and all these other things that you handle, now, because you handle it so well. I mean, this is just outside looking in. Obviously, I don't know you, but you seem to handle all of this like incredibly well for somebody who's still in their mid 20s.
So what you asked me, Jemele?
Yeah, no, I'm just saying is that because you have been through so much in your life, do you think this has all kind of prepared you to handle this moment that you're in right now?
I've always had to be a leader in my family. I always had to protect my younger sister, my younger brother. I have a brother that's 4 years older than me, and we always had to fight with him when he's fighting against guys and stuff. So I think all that kind of prepared me to be this person that I am, just to have that mental strength and have that just to have that mind to not panic. It's not really many situations that I panic in. Like Like you never see me like just, oh, I don't know what to do, or we don't. It's always like, okay, something's happening, be calm, figure out what to do. Like I don't really get like frantic. I don't know why, and I think it's weird sometimes because it's like, dude, have some emotion, but then it's like, no, I'd rather not.
On a lighter note, so I understand you have quite the friendship with Joe Biden, our new president.
Yeah, yeah, it's so funny. People are crazy, right?
I saw the picture of you two. I was
Picture.
like, oh snap.
So people are like, they say like, oh, he smells hair and he holds hands and all this crazy stuff. But I would like to explain that picture as I've done so many times over these last few months.
Yeah.
I had met Joe Biden. We had been talking. He's the vice president. So, of course, I'm like, oh my God, the vice president. And we had plenty of great talks. He gave me a coin and everything. And I didn't know that I was supposed to be going on stage to talk with him. I just knew I was there in my suit and I was meeting the vice president. That's what I knew. But he got ready to go on stage and I was like, all right, Joe, go out there and kill it. Go. And he was like, you're coming with me. And I was like, what? I'm not going out there in front of that crowd. They like they had signs. They were chanting stuff. I'm like, we're going out there. So he's like, yeah. So that's when he grabbed my hand and that's where they got the picture of him holding my hand, us walking to the stage.
Well, it's funny. That's really surprising to hear, though, because you're often in front of big crowds. And in fact, that I know this probably got to be weird because with your pay-per-view fight, I assume there won't be a crowd there. Will there be any fans there?
I have no idea. I think we'll have a limited
A limited
amount of
amount,
crowd. Yeah, but
right?
I don't know when they're going to announce that. So right now, everybody who wants to tune into the fight, www.fitetv.com, $29.99 pay-per-view fight March 5th. It's on.
Now, this is your first pay-per-view fight. Does that change your approach at all in terms of like how you market the fight and get into it?
Definitely, I have a PR team who's doing all the strategic strategy and everything. Me, I'll post a flyer every now and then, or I'm getting very active on my YouTube channel. Just stuff like that. But my main job is to win the fight.